Ivy Tech Pro. What's going on, guys? Yeah, camera's rolling. Tool haul. Got some tools. Got off the truck. Let's take a look at what we got. Warranty item right here. And this is a Robertson number 2 square bit. My Snap-on guy keeps these on the truck for me. And working with campers, this is the number 1 fitting you're going to run into is a Robertson number 2. After a while, the corners round off and they don't hold in. They cam out. They cam out easier. All the little, and you kind of know because they have like these little cuts. On this one, it's machining marks. I have some other Snap-on ones to where they're like a feature, especially on some of my Blue Point stuff, where they have like a little grip technology in there. This one, I believe these are just machining marks, but after those marks wear off, you can be pretty safe that the corners are rounded off too. Swap it out. He never gives me a problem. I mean, none of them should. It's a lifetime tool. So I buy those Snap-on bit sets knowing that when they wear out, because they will, you can get another one. When I buy things like this, and these are fine, but when they wear out, I just have to throw them away and get another one. So that's a little difference there. But I like the DeWalt bits. They have good fitment too. But I have invested in Snap-on bits. The Milwaukee bits, I don't use these a whole lot. I'll put them on the truck so they can get some use. I used them more when I was in the shop because I had access to my whole toolbox. I can't take everything. I have so many bit kits. I can't take them all on the truck. The truck is like super weighed down as it is. It's a lot of stuff in there and I need to kind of downsize a little bit, but I don't want to ever be without anything, so it's hard to do. I found this little gem on the truck today, and you can see all type of uses that you can come up with this. Snap-on part number 650. Of course, it's a little lady slipper, lady's foot, whatever your name is it for it. And for me, working with a lot of different trim and things and having to pop stuff loose, I like that nice keen edge that it has to get behind something, but also it's so stout, the power that it's not going to bend. So this thing's not going to bend, it's not going to break. And on this end, I got double duty. It has a very fine point that I can use as like a center punch type deal or a positioning tool. So if I have to, if I had a hole and I'm trying to line something up, a hole more closer to the size of this, and I'm trying to line 2 different holes together to get a bolt through, I can kind of get this, put it on one side and then do the other side and just kind of help position that. So I was like, man, I had to have this thing. When I saw it, this is the perfect size for what I need. We do have the flyer. We can look through it after we get done with the tools. My favorite pair of neck lights that I just took off for the video, I found this online, and man, it's made by a company called Proster. Part number, I don't know. They make some other stuff. Here it is, the CM6000 Pro. It's an AC/DC clamp meter, and first impressions, the switch is very clicky, and I like that. Very positive clicks. 6,000 count meter. It has a temperature as well as capacitance for your capacitors. I bought this to to go in my electrical bag. I love the size of it. See how my hand, I can just fit my hand all the way around it. This thing is tiny, and I like that it is so compact. It reminded me of the Klein and the colors. I was like, man, it looks a lot like one of my Klein meters. And but the form factor, that's what I love about my Fluke meter, is that it feels extremely well in my hands while I'm using it. I can have a good grip on it, and it makes it very comfortable for me to use. It came with, check this out. So yeah, it came with a manual. It came with these leads. They're not silicone leads. It came with the temperature probe, the alligator clips, and it also came with the batteries and the screwdriver to open the, which I thought was cool, because when I got it, that's the first thing I thought about, was like, oh, now I gotta go outside and try to find a screwdriver. I'm putting this into service immediately so I can do a proper review on it, see how it works. Came with this lanyard, which is super handy. That's gonna come in very handy while I'm working on stuff. It's giving me a way to have my hands free. On my Fluke meter, I don't know if it came with it or if I ordered it separate. It has a magnetic strap that I can hang it off of like meter boxes and stuff with the magnets, but the strap is long enough. It's a leather strap with magnets in it that I could loop it around things, like something like this. I could loop it around it if it wasn't a ferrous material. If it was a non-ferrous material, I could loop it around it, and it can still hold kind of like a little loop. So I love that. So I love that Fluke meter, and I think I'm gonna love this thing too, as long as if it works good. I have a lot of different meters of all makes and models, and I was trying out the Kaiweets meter. I have one that is really, really good, and I have a clamp meter by the same company that I bought after I got like the smart meter from Kaiweets, which is a double auto meter. It is auto ranging, but it also automatically chooses between the settings based on what it feels. So it'll know if you're testing AC, DC, continuity, whatever. It figures it out. It takes a few seconds, but it figures it out. Within about 3 to 5 seconds, it figures it out, and it gives you the measurement. So if you're not very adept with a meter, which was not my problem, it will go ahead and give you the reading. I have a lot of customers that have expressed that they would love to have a meter like that. But it's a good meter. I keep it in my Havoc bag for doing AC work when it's time to. I'm basically using it for this part. That's what I use it mostly for, is for the temperature. I can use it for a meter when I need to use multiple meters. When I'm troubleshooting stuff, I can have multiple meters hooked up. The reason I bought this meter is because it is very easy to take it off of the auto mode. So I had a problem. Okay, so as you can see, I just did it. I had a problem with the Kaiweets meter with that, and I saw another guy on a YouTube video, and he was having the same problem. He made a video about how it doesn't take out of the auto shut-off mode. So that APO that is normally at the bottom, that is the auto shut-off mode. For me, that is not a good feature. That's not a good feature for me because I know to turn off my meter, and I'm not worrying about the batteries and whatnot, and I always keep extra batteries on the truck. And when I'm doing long-term testing, I'm trying to find a fault or a bad capacitor or something like that, and I'm doing long amp current test, and I need to know what the amperage was when the device flipped the breaker, so I can tell if it's a bad device or a bad breaker. When it shuts off in 15 minutes, it kills it for me. I could be working on something for almost an hour before the device decides to malfunction, and by that time I've lost a reading. So with this meter, I specifically read how easy it was to turn off the auto shut-off feature, and all you do is hold down the select button before you turn it on, and it makes a couple of beeps when you get to certain settings, and then the APO is gone. Super easy. The Kleins are supposed to be the same way. Like I said, this reminded me a lot of my Klein meter. But it's a little smaller than my Klein meter. So this is my Klein meter, and like I said, look at the size difference. And this Klein meter is compact, but this one is even more so compact. Take a look at that footprint. Let's see. Let's get you here. So yeah, this meter is good. Clamps on that side that I like. What I like about this Klein one, it has a spot for it holds one of the meter leads. But if I'm doing the amp test, and I want to turn off the auto shut off, it's supposed to be the same. I'm supposed to hold this down. Yeah, and it's doing the same thing. You get a series of beeps letting you know that, hey, you're putting me in a different mode. So, and the beeps sound the same. I mean, I'm very curious who makes these meters, because when I saw it, I was like, man, that is so similar to my Klein meter. But who knows? All the stuff comes out of China anyway, so who knows? So I got that. Got this Proster, and this thing was mad cheap. It was only $35. So we're gonna check that out. Came with some alligator leads as well. I think I mentioned that. But yeah, that's the clamp meter, which is nice. I love that lanyard that's on there. Carrying case has another lanyard, makes it easy to put a carabiner on it and clip it off one of my bags. So it's going to be super easy to add to my bag, because you guys know I use these Vito bags, and they have places, D-rings and stuff, where you can clip things off of. And my electrical bag, which is a TP double XL, that has 2 meter pouches, and then I have the full-size backpack as well as this TP6B. All right, on the line of meters, I had to pick up my Southwire. I don't know, man. My Southwire kind of just died on me. I've been using a Southwire for years on the voltage, non-contact voltage meter. These meters here have NCVs built in. So does the Proster. That's another feature. But I keep a pin. Some people call them a Widowmaker, because when they act up on you, they lie sometimes, normally when the batteries are weak, and sometimes when they're just failing, like the Southwire, and the thing just crapped out on me. So I replaced it with a Flute. I have a lot of Flute devices, meters, testers, and whatnot. I like them. They're expensive, and so what? They work good. Snap-on stuff's expensive. It works good. I like it. I buy it. Speaking of Snap-on, I got this one today. This is the one that I ordered. The wide jaw. This one goes up, man, past 1.5, almost 2 inches on that. Now, this is the other one. The first one that I bought was this guy, and I bought these for working on gas fittings. So this is the bag that I have set up just to work on gas stuff. So the only thing that's in this bag are like gas line, manometers, and different little pressure testing equipment, because that's what I do with this bag. And then, of course, gas meters and different types of adjustable wrenches. So got the Icon pliers wrench, which I don't like. I prefer using adjustable wrenches, and I had like cheapy set Got my Huskies. A lot of play in them. These don't have as much play in them. This one is so tight, almost no play. But yeah, so I have adjustable wrenches. I like the comfort grips on the snap-on ones. And I have different sizes that I use. It's a Pittsburgh. And so I went ahead and got some nice ones because definitely don't want to, on these brass fittings, you don't want to chew them up. And see, these are the sizes like what I'm dealing with. So I know between these two pair, I can kind of break loose whatever I need to break loose. It's gonna get it. And when I get to something that's a little bigger, maybe I gotta go under a sink and hit something, I could still use this, but I have a specialty wrench in my plumbing bag, a little short one that's just for doing very short throw for doing the sinks and whatnot. So this is gonna be added with this wrench to the bag with all the gas equipment. So that's what I got that for. That's what it's for. I had to make this. This is another tool. I speak on some of my videos how you have to make your tools in this industry and many others. This is a industry accepted and certified low pressure drop testing tool. This is what, when I went through my certifications, I went through the college in Elkhart, Indiana, RVTI, RV Technical Institute. And once I finished and got all my credentials, this is one of the projects that you did on your level 2. And you make that, you have to show that you know how to make it, and then after you make one, you can go home and make your own so you can use them. They do not let you keep the ones that you make. They give them away for lower level techs or something like that. I got the Stubby Blue Point triple square set. This is like mechanics tools. This is going in a toolbox, which I don't have much room in the socket drawer, but that's what this is for. I don't run into triple squares in the RVs. Well, Mercedes stuff. But these little cases, they don't hold up on the truck. These little plastic things, more so designed for the toolbox. So let's check it out. Let's see if we got your part number right here. Okay. And this is a set of stubbies. 3/8 drive. Each one has an individual part number, and they are your triple squares. Nice. Yep. And let's get the smallest one. So yeah, it's a full 3/8 drive set. Some of the sets, the smaller ones, they make it 1/4 inch drive, and I don't like that because I want to stick with the one ratchet. You know, I want to grab a set, and my 3/8 ratchet is my go-to ratchet for pretty much anything, and I don't want to have to go digging for a 1/4 inch ratchet because somebody cheaped out on the manufacturing and they didn't want to make the tiny bits in 3/8 drive. So very happy with that set. I don't remember what the stuff cost, guys. I do have the receipts for them, but they're in the truck. I think for the, I don't know individually what I paid, but I think like with just this and this was like $228 between these two items. And then I saw this thing on the truck and I was like, oh, I want to buy one of these, and I kept going back. And this thing was, I don't remember how much it was. I don't know. I don't remember how much it was. But Midwest Tool Review recently did a video about, you know, like used tools versus tool truck debt. I'm not an advocate of tool truck debt, You know, if you got to buy something big like this toolbox, and you know you've already outgrown other toolboxes, and you're seeing that you're tearing them up, like that's how it was for me when I got this toolbox, which is like retail 10 grand. I think I paid like uh, six. I paid like 6 grand for it, which is still a lot for a toolbox. But so something like this you can finance, and if you do like I did, you do it 1 year, same as cash. So you pay it off within the first year, and you don't pay any interest, and that's fine. On regular tools, hardline tools, I've always been the type to where like I don't want anyone to be like, hey man, you owe me, or every time I see you, you got your hand out. So I pretty much cash out on the trucks, either all at once, like today, or I'll just put something on there, especially if the guy's selling me something I didn't really want, but I let him sell me something. I'll let that ride on the truck for a couple weeks, and then I pay it off. But month to month balances, nah, I'm not gonna do that because I like to kind of control my spending, and that's one way that I do it is just by paying this stuff off. So I have a lot of Snap-on tools, and almost 100% of it I bought off the tool truck at full price. If I could have gotten them used, I would have. I mean, the stuff has a lifetime warranty. Got a good relationship with my Snap-on guy. I could buy used stuff and warranty it out if it's bad, defective, or if it gets worn out by me prematurely because I bought it from a guy who was hard on it for the last couple of years or 10 years or whatever. But, you know, I think he's dead on about that. You know, don't go into debt. If you can get the stuff used, buy it used, especially if you have a Snap-on dealer. You know, if you got a Snap-on dealer, I mean, that's like golden to be able to get the stuff used. And then, you know, you're gonna have to buy some new stuff too, because you got to spend money with the guy. He's not just gonna come to you every week and all you do is buy used tools and warranty them out. He's not gonna do that. But so you're gonna buy some stuff from him, but you could take advantage of having a good relationship with your Snap-on dealer and make a lot of good deals buying used tools, and then turn around when you have problems with them. Your guy's gonna take care of you, and he's not gonna care. And he knows you're not buying all the stuff from him because he's not stupid. He's been in the business for a long time. So all that stuff's factored in. He knows the stuff costs a lot of money and a lot of it's overpriced. So he's gonna work with you regardless. If you're a good customer, he's not gonna give you a hard time. But anyway, it's a good video. You guys go check it out. For my RV guys, you know what this is. City water inlet with check valve. A lot of them come with these plastic ones. Again, like I did the video before when I bought plumbing fittings, the manufacturers like to use these because they're cheap. And so I buy parts that the manufacturer has, the OEM equipment, just like on any other thing. But I will also buy what I know is bad, and I know it's going to cause a service issue. I will buy the upgraded models too and have those on the truck. And if somebody wants to pay for that, they can pay for that, you know. Or if I run into a problem where I'm replacing this because the guy is in a cold climate and it's cracking on him, then I'm not going to replace it with this. I'm going to replace it with this one, and I'm just going to add it into the bill because he needs it. If he's having this problem more than once, then you need this one. And I'm just going to replace it with the brass one. They don't cost that much more different. This one, for a really good brass one versus a plastic one, the difference in price is like $4 or $5, okay? So my average trip charge just to go to a customer to drive out there is $2.80 a mile. So on average, it's like $80 just to show up. Spend the $5 or $6 and get the good part. So that's a little rant, I guess, about RV stuff. But yeah, I keep them both in stock. So, you know, depending on who it is. But you're going to get some people, they're not going to want to pay not one dime more, not even if it's $5. So, yeah, you just give them the plastic one and don't charge them anything for it because they didn't want to pay for the premium one. So it is what it is, guys. But that's what I got for you today. Nice little tool haul. Got some adjustable wrenches, triple square set, some more supplies for the truck, a meter, a Klein look-alike multimeter, Fluke no contact voltage meter, lady slipper, warranty, and then of course we have the flyer, which at this point is probably not really new. It's just new to me because I don't get on the Snap-on truck every week because I'm busy and I'm running around, and we're both doing the same thing. We have mobile truck businesses, and we don't always get to see each other. So I've seen this flyer online on somebody else's channel, but this is what some of the stuff they have in it. If you want me to go through it, I'll go through it, but I'll just flip through a few of the pages really quickly. If I see something that really stands out, maybe I'll stop. Yeah, another triple square set. Huh. That's probably a Snap-on set. And then there's the files and scrapers, some guns, ratchets. I have most of those tools. And then the flashlights. I have this one. I saw this one on the truck. I have the I keep this one in my pocket. And it's okay. I will tell you, and I'm always honest about the tool reviews, that this light is way brighter than the front light, and not just because of the size. This light right here is just one. It doesn't change, you know. You can't turn it up or down, and it's not that bright. When I'm looking into a dark space in the underbelly of a camper, this one is I wish it was brighter. I end up turning on this light and turning it around and laying it in there so I can really see what I'm looking at, trying to find a leak or whatever, water leak or something. So if you're buying it mostly for the in light and that's how you need to use it, And they had another new light that I looked at on the truck today that's more of this size, but it's round. Has the bite removable things like the Milwaukee pin lights where you can bite down on it. It's not bright enough either. That's why I didn't buy it. I told him straight up on the truck, I was like, look man, it's not bright enough. I'm looking at it now, playing with it on the truck, and it's fully charged and not bright enough. It's not worth getting. That's what we got, guys. Catch you later. RV Tech Pro out.